everyone. Greetings from Dreammakers Summit. This is the preview of our speakers who are going to be on Dreammakers Summit. And my name is Baylan Megino. I'm the founder of Global Dreammakers and the host of The Leader's Edge. So here at The Leader's Edge, we focus on what does the leader need to have that edge. And quite often we find that it has something to do with their connection to spirit, to those intangible things. And so this time, what we're going to focus on for the spring summit is going to be mindset, the leader's mindset. We have 5 speakers that will be speaking once a day from Monday through Friday. And I have 3 of them here today. So I'd like you to meet Harriet Tubman Wright, who is from the Wright Resort. Harriet, you're going to be talking to us about the 3 feminine strategies to activate the revolution. Can you tell us more about that? Activate the revolution?
Well, thank you. I'm excited to share thoughts about feminine presence. What do we mean by feminine presence? Our innate qualities of birthing, tending, nurturing, cultivating, co-creating. These are our innate qualities. And it's these qualities that we bring to the paradigm shift that is occurring right now. I also am very excited about introducing Ma'at, the goddess of cosmic order. And this is from ancient Egypt, Ma'at. And her qualities are balance, order, harmony, justice, truth, morality, righteousness. And she had a role in the afterlife. Her symbol was an ostrich feather. And when someone died, their heart was placed on a scale. Her feather was on one side and their heart was on the other. If the scale was balanced, then they were deemed worthy of a good afterlife. If the scale was out of balance and their heart weighed more, oh, well. And therefore, I believe that it is women demonstrating, exercising our innate feminine qualities who will restore balance and harmony and justice and righteousness that will help heal people and the planet. And this is why I say that for women, for conscious, spirited, creative women, it is our time. So that's what I look forward to sharing with others. And, you know, I work with leaders, with visionaries, with change makers, because it's important that we are being who we were born to be and doing what we were born to do, because that's how we share our passion, our purpose when we are working with others in whatever capacity it is. And we want to be authentically who we are to activate the revolution. And of course, the revolution starts within. This is about mindset. It's also about heart set. What do we bring to the revolution? And so I'll also be talking a bit about self-care practices, because that's the foundation to being who we are meant to be, doing what we're meant to do. So thank you. I'm excited.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's exciting. Could you just give us a little bit of background of how did you come to this work?
When I lived in Kenya, I was looking at the beautiful Indian Ocean, and I decided I want to create something called the Wright Resort, where I can take care and be taken care of, where women who are stressed, who are overwhelmed, who need some relief and some relaxation can come and simply be. And so the Wright Resort actually started as a body, mind, spirit wellness center, and I focused on stress release and self-care. I moved on to Soul's Calling when I retired and to do my own soul's calling, which what is the Right Resort. And I find that part of our stress is often following someone else's agenda instead of being authentically who we are. And sometimes we retire, the husband leaves, the kids grow up. And it's like, how do I share my gifts now? Or how do I reach back and pull back that passion that I put on the back burner while I was raising children or working for someone else or. And so as mature women, I really want to support women, again, being who we authentically are. And I think in the last 2 years, recognizing how important it is for the healing and wholeness of people and the planet that we must come forward in terms of social change. It's about transformation. It's about radical transformation because we're never going to be what we were before. We're moving into a whole new paradigm, and women are co-leading that. That's why I say activate the revolution. It begins within and it manifests in our lives, in our communities, in our organizations, in our businesses.
Yes, 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 and yes. I'm excited to hear your talk. So you're going to be with us on Thursday. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. All right. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Um, good, good, good. Now, another person who will be speaking is Regeline Gigi Sabbat. She's going to be speaking to us about resilient mindset for leaders. And in her talk, she's going to be talking about mind shifting, something called mind shifting, so that you're able to maintain a resilient mindset in life as well as in business. So Gigi will be speaking on that. She is a first generation Haitian American. She's a motivational keynote speaker. She has written a book. She's a #1 best-selling author, a life coach, and she has her own organization. She's a CEO and founder of Life Service Center of America. And she has a podcast called Walk With Me that is on JRQ TV. And she is a domestic violence advocate. So she rolls all of that in to talk about how to use mind shifting to get through all of those difficult situations. It's really interesting on her podcast because she has the really hardcore issues that she brings survivors in to talk about, and it's quite a service to the community. But to get through all of that, you have to have a resilient mindset, and so she will be sharing that with us on Tuesday. Tuesday. And next we have Dagmar Bryant, who will be speaking to us about the interconnectivity between values and relationships. Hi, Dagmar.
Hi there. Thank you for having me on and for giving me the opportunity to speak at your summit. It's really exciting. And, we as women, we are powerful. And I think sometimes we forget that. And our values are at the very core of us. And for a lot of women, they are now more than ever reaching out from being in the corporate world to having their own business. But for those women who still are in the corporate world in some way, this talk is about looking at the company's values and your own values and making sure that you're in alignment. Because how often do we go into an organization and we think that, sometimes we go in just because we have to have the pay. Let's face it, we need a roof over our head. But in a more of an idealistic world, we do want to look at who we are working for, and there can be a big incongruency between what the company values are and what our own values are. And what's more, how often do we find that the company values are just a great big poster on the wall, but when it comes down to are we actually in alignment with those values, the company isn't, because what they say and what they do are two different things. And my belief is that in this time, more than ever, we're coming through the end of a pandemic. The world has changed. And more than ever, it's a time when we, whether it's women, whether it's men, whether it's company, it's all of us, we need to be more in alignment with our values and the values that people hold true, because that's how you're going to move forward.
Absolutely in alignment with the Dreammaker Matrix. Absolutely. Yes, yes. To have your vision and to have your values at the core of that, getting it all aligned so that your dream can happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And let's face it, we do rely on a paycheck. There are times in our life when we do rely on a paycheck, and not everyone has that perhaps motivation to want to step into their own business, and that's okay. But we do need to, for our own benefit, for our own happiness, make sure that those values are sitting right with us. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I left corporate, because I realized that it just wasn't for me anymore. So I'm here to help others now.
Make the transition.
Absolutely. And it is about mindset. So, and this is why, I call myself a mindset and transformational coach, but I'm also a business coach. And I really am very passionate about helping women entrepreneurs as well. So there's kind of two facets to me there.
Yes, yes. It's just a different extension, a different expression of the same person, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Wonderful. Looking forward to it, because it's one of those things that people talk a lot about, but they can't quite put their finger on it.
Yes, yes, because it can be very subtle, can't it? It could be that underlying thread underneath. It's not like someone's being necessarily a bully to you, but you can feel that underlying thread of what's going on, or should I say what's not going on.
Ooh, and then that leads into another one, but we're not going to talk about that one just yet. But thank you. We're looking
Pleasure.
forward to it, Dagmar. We also are going to have Cheryl Puterman, Cheryl Puterman, on talking to us about your health is your wealth. And she says, now more than ever, we have to get it. Our health is our wealth. And are you creating the correct balance in your life to ensure you're maximizing your potential and your productivity? You cannot reach your maximum potential if you do not have the right mindset or are not healthy in body and mind. So, what is your mindset in your journey called life? So, Cheryl is the founder and CEO at Nourishment Vitality. She's an author, an international speaker, and World Women Conference and Awards chapter leader in Israel. She's an internationally trained and certified mind-body nutrition and wellness practitioner, and an expert in stress relief management, conscious relationships, and nutritional psychology. A survivor of the 2004 Asian tsunami, she is an expert in the science of stress and the healing power of breath. She understands the tremendous importance of having the correct strategies, structure, and systems in place to ensure that ecosystems provide a productive, healthy work environment. Once you have that environment, it makes it a lot easier to communicate, doesn't it? That's why we have Evelina Rose coming. Evelina Rose is going to talk to us about living as an empathic leader in a troubled world. Welcome, Evelina.
Thank you, Baylan. It's lovely to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this summit. Amazing, amazing women. So, my talk is to support leaders with dealing with their own empathic capacities So empaths or highly sensitive people, it's a fabulous skill to have because you can feel into things more than many people, and you can kind of tell if someone's telling you the truth or not. You can see behind the scenes. And it's challenging for most people who are empaths. There are skills to learn about how to stay sovereign in your own field. So it can be that you're working with a group of people and you feel flooded by their emotions, likely the ones they're not feeling. I think a lot of empaths experience that as in childhood of we did the feelings for the whole family. We were called the sensitive one or the one who's always crying or that we had way too many emotions because they didn't. I also so I work with leaders, I work with women, with people who want to learn how to build a sovereign field and be able to work with people and stay in your own center, stay in your own power, in your core. I do a lot of imagery with people, like an image of after you've had a keynote or you've led a meeting to wash through with waterfalls of sparkling iridescent light and just ask yourself to be cleansed with light. And then various ways of keeping your energy field from taking on other people. I think empaths have had a really challenging year because there's been so much fear in the collective, and even now with the vaccines, there's the ones who want to take it and the ones who don't, and everybody has their narrative that's different from almost everybody else's narrative, and people are getting a little sick from it, and I've just find I wake up some days and it's like, whoa, whose is this? I don't think this is my pain. I didn't feel this going to bed, and I have to just take time, clear my field, get my light body activated in my body, and be able to let everyone else's energy be outside that field. So one of the ways I came to know these skills is for many, many years I've led seminars and workshops, and I would finish and just feel exhausted. So I learned in the first place that I had to go through my chakras, especially my back, and clear people's cords. And they weren't intending anything. It's just, I want what she has. Or how did she get there? Or, they get really curious and their energy can come in your chakras. Then I learned at the end of a workshop, if we would all just bow to each other and give each other's energies back. And we go through the chakras and give each other back their energy, take our energy in, wrap it around us, and then I wouldn't be exhausted afterwards. So, and I find it's even more important to do that with Zoom. It's fascinating because we're really in each other's rooms, we're in each other's lives, and I think we're closer than we would be. We don't usually look people face on this close. And so I'm learning if I take time to unravel the energies before we complete, I feel great. And one time last week I forgot and I was so tired. And then I have to be sending people's energies back. So what happens when you learn these capacities is now your empathic abilities become a real plus. That you're able to feel into what's going on beyond what people are saying. I can be in a room and sense, is this landing? Are people getting this? And I notice, especially when I lead like a ceremony and I have a bunch of people in their own experiences, I can walk around and know exactly what wants to get said for this pair or this group because I can feel into it. So getting sovereign in my field allows me to know what input's coming in. And if I'm flooded with other people, I may have a headache, people get migraines, I may just feel really out of sort, so I'm not on my game. So if I'm speaking, I might just ask an angel to wrap their wings around me. So I've got my own sphere, and it lets me really stay sharp, stay right in my core.
I love that visual of the angel wings wrapped around you. I love. Yes. Okay. That was a nice moment for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. When I talk, there'll be many moments because I want to share skills and tips and tools that women can take into their work. So it'll be refreshing. And it's Monday. It's coming Monday
Yes,
is
you
my
start
talk.
us, which is perfect to have you start us off. Um, because out in the business world, right, where we're being told, especially managers and executives, we're being told to be empathic, but we're not being given the
Mhm,
tools of how to manage that,
mhm.
especially if we've never been empathic before or we haven't recognized that.
Right.
So this is going to be really important to get people set up from the beginning. Yeah, yeah.
When I work with someone who comes to a channeling or a therapy session and they're dealing with how to handle these empath skills, what often I'll say is if you'd been raised in a tribal world, someone very young would have said, "Oh, we need to get you to the kiva or the temple and get you some training." That's a fabulous thing. You're able to see into the world like you can. But we need to train you so that you'll be able to really utilize it. And we don't teach kids anything about energy management. We don't teach them communication skills. And those are just so vital. I think they should be taught in kindergarten.
Yes, yes. It would make the learning how to play with each other a lot easier
Mm-hmm. It would.
and then managing their own energy first. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to ask each of you, what is it that you see out in the world that you think is so important that people come and listen to your talk or to the summit? What is it that is so compelling that you see out there? People should come in.
Again, I think that this is a time, clearly a time of transition. And as more states and counties and countries are opening up for indoor dining, for going back to school, people are going to be in physical proximity again. And there are those who've had the vaccine and those who haven't. And so I think it's extremely important that we stay mindful of self-care, of soul care, of collective care, that those are going to be extremely important as we adjust to a new norm. That self-care, soul care, collective care, or community care.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And we're all having to look at. I think everybody has stayed home, and in the staying home, they have all this extra time. All of a sudden, they're not driving for an hour each way, or they're not hanging out with people after work or at lunchtime, and they're being given a lot more opportunity to really look at, well, what is real for me?
Mhm.
What is important for me? What am I not happy about right now, the way my life is? And so there's a lot of introspection happening,
Yes.
and they're looking for options. They're
Mm-hmm.
looking for what else is possible. What are the possibilities? And so we can help to be that voice in the void for them, to kind of guide them on
Yes.
a new path or on a even if it's just a slightly different trajectory, just with one different thought that can make, degrees become miles at the end of the day, you know.
True.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that kind of impact with people. It all starts with the mind. It really does. Yes.
Mm.
How about you, Dagmar?
Oh, I love what you said, Harriet, about the body and the soul and the mind and the connection there. And I don't want to repeat what you've said because it was just so brilliant how you put it. But we are coming out of a period where a lot of people have had a lot of introspection. So this summit is coming, if you think about it, at the perfect time for people to be able to use the tools that each of us is bringing to help people, whether it's Evelina, I love what you said about, people being aware of their energy, and I'm very much an empath myself. So I know exactly what you're speaking about. And I know how draining it can be, whether it's on a Zoom networking, but this is the time we're giving people the tools to hopefully be able to go forward in a more mindful way.
Yes.
And I think too, with the alignment with the values, it wouldn't surprise me at all if more people still go into their own business because they're realizing that the old is no longer in alignment with the new you, well, the new them, the new you that they have become.
It's very true. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
True. Very true. Yes. So people who fund new businesses should be very busy right now.
Well, we're reinventing ourselves
Yes.
as well. And so your business may not be new, but you've reinvented an aspect of it that is new because it's addressing where people are and where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the word that comes to mind is individuation. There's so much more individuation happening right now that I have never seen before to this degree. And it's exciting. It's exciting, but it's like, okay, wow, all of these startups are going to happen. Look out, world.
It's interesting that you say individuation because I like to say the time of the Lone Ranger is over.
Yes.
And I see collaborative, collective, cooperative work. And even though, sometimes I talk about women leading the revolution, I'm talking about co-leading the revolution because we each bring a skill, a talent, or gift that is necessary for the forward movement, for the transformation, for the transformation and the healing we each have something to bring. And I think that when we can come together to offer, provide that, then it's an enriching experience for everyone stands to gain, to be empowered, to be enriched in body,
Yeah,
mind, and spirit.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I want to, I guess I should probably clarify a little bit about individuation, at least in this context. For me, it has to do with, let's say, the woman that I was at a long time ago,
Mhm,
where my entire life was doing what I was supposed to do,
mhm, mhm,
doing the right thing, fitting the cog within the wheel,
mhm, mhm,
fulfilling all the roles, doing everybody else's dream except mine, and not even know that I could have my own dream.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
for me to find who am I and what do I want, that level of who am I as an individual, and therefore what are the gifts that I can bring to the world,
Mhm, mhm,
that's where I think where people are really now. It's like, oh, okay, this is what I really want to do more of. I want my
thank
life,
you.
my business, my work to be wrapped all around that.
Mm-hmm.
So that
and
level of individuation, so that it's a stronger collaboration.
and
It's a
it's being
stronger,
authentic.
yes,
We are
yes,
being authentic, truly, who and not, we don't have to pretend, we don't have to be stressed out trying to fit into somebody else's agenda. And that's what Soul's Calling is about. That is what, our passion and purpose is about. We get juiced because of And people get juiced because they're around us. They can feel our excitement and energy and love.
Yes. And love. And
Mm.
love. Yeah, the thing I say to people about global dream makers is that I truly, truly believe that when people are creating their dreams, they're creating the life that they dream of that makes them happy, that in doing that, they are encouraging other people to do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you are doing that, when we're all doing that, then there's no place for violence. There's no place for war because we're helping each other and we're encouraging each other to lift and to be positive about the world and the future. And
Mm-hmm.
so then we have peace. We have peace.
Yes.
So that's what I am looking forward to. Yeah, and I know that every single one of you is like a giant drop in the calm pond, right? We're going to be dropping some big drops in the pond next week, and it's exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting. So thank you.
I also
Evelina, what do you have
feel
to say?
I feel this has been a time of values clarification for a lot of people.
Yes.
You know, they thought certain things were important and they were pursuing them because they thought they should. And then it all came to a halt. And now we're looking at things and going, I don't really need to do that. And all that stuff I was running after, that doesn't feel important anymore. And so people are coming out kind of like, who am I and who's the world now? What's it like and what's safe and what isn't? And I feel a lot of what we can support people with is really believing themselves. So everyone's got a different idea of what this was and what it means and where we're going and what's right to be safe, to build a stronger sense of what's my heart say and what's my soul's guidance and how do I want to use this new freedom. I know people who would come and say, well, the job I hated went away, thank God, now I'm doing what I love. And so I think those of us who do business coaching and consulting can really help these people starting up with their own work because they've had time to really focus on it, and yet it's all fresh and new out in the world. And I also think we're going to have an interesting cusp at some point because a lot of amazing people have geared up to offer their work online. And so they've got this series and this class and this ongoing membership, whatever. And then we hit spring and we can get out. And I don't think people are going to be wanting to do those online things. We're
You
all
don't
kind
think so?
of, yeah, I think we're Zoom exhausted. So, people pivoted to do that, but they may have to pivot again to find what their expression is in this new world. And if we can all just approach it as we don't know and we don't need to know and we'll be guided and what wants to happen? Where are we going with this?
Yeah, and
In the inquiry.
yes, yes. And the thought that I want to add to that is that we're guided, yes, but we still have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
We still
Absolutely.
get to choose. Well, okay, here's the guidance. I can go this way, I can go that way, I can go that way, whichever way I want to go, but here's the
Mm-hmm.
guidance.
Mm-hmm. That's right. They don't make decisions for us. They don't want to. What I've heard the guides say is if we wanted a life, we'd get one. We don't want yours. We don't need a life. And we don't have an agenda about how you do it. We just are here for your empowerment.
I love that. Okay, so you're going to have to say something about the Council of 12, Evelina. What
Okay.
is that?
So for 37 years, I've channeled the Council of 12, which is one of the ancient councils of used to be called the White Brotherhood of Light. I want to rename it the Rainbow Family of Light. So it's ancient ascended masters and goddess archetypes who have worked with this planet since its inception
Yes, yes, yes.
and are here to guide us. And it's a rotating group of beings. So whenever someone comes, if they have questions about their digital world, then the guides come who know that. Or if they've got questions about relationships, it might be a different set of beings. But they're all these causal level beings that work from the heart, and it's very loving audience with spirit.
Mhm.
They're very kind-hearted. They're very practical. People go away with lists of the things they can do next. And we channel to all kinds of questions. We also do offer channeled business guidance, and then the council will create a specific team of guides for the person with their business. And either we channel them or they can start relating to them themselves.
Oh, I have to do a session with you.
I think so.
I think so. It was many, many years ago. I was guided to a book in a metaphysical store, and it was about the White Brotherhood. And I was like, what is this all about? And you're exactly what you're talking about.
Hmm. I get to
Mhm.
hang out with them a lot. It's really lovely. I call them my friends in high places.
And that's what you do once a month? That's the one that you do once a month?
I do a once a month satsang online. That is a
Oh,
membership community that
mhm.
anyone can join, and I channel them. But I also do it in my private practice. I probably do 20, 30 channelings a week
Oh,
with
okay.
people all over the world. I totally love it.
What about Harriet and Dagmar? What are the Thank you, Evelina.
You're
Um,
welcome.
what are the kinds of services that you provide for people?
Harriet, did you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was asking if you wanted to go first. Well, I'm essentially a mindset and transformational coach and also a business coach. And my goal is, because I know what it's like to be in the corporate world, to have been dissatisfied with life the way it was. My goal is now to help others, to really coach you to be the best version of yourself, to fulfill those dreams, and to really help you move forward. And anyone who has questions about their why and how am I going to do this, and they find that their mindset gets in the way, even about things like money. One of the big blocks for many people, especially women, is mindset around money. How am I going to be able to pay the mortgage, pay the bills? Will I get the clients? And they're the kind of things that we look at, especially for women entrepreneurs. So there's lots of different facets there of mindset that I can really help people with, moving them forward into who they want to be and how they can achieve those goals and those dreams and really live the life that they want to be living.
Mm,
That's
I'm
so,
just I'm
that's so important. Mindset around financial prosperity, because in fact we do have enough, but
Yes.
it's the way we think about it. And I was reminded in a mastermind yesterday that, of course, we want to express our gratitude for what it is we have, then we attract more to be grateful for. However, appreciation is an even higher vibration than gratitude. And then
Yes.
it's like, oh, appreciating, not only appreciating who and how we are, but appreciating our divinity, even
Mhm.
appreciating that we have this gift that we can share. And so I call myself the guide to be fulfilled and free. And so it really is about supporting women to take that next step and to take it with confidence and courage, because we're being true to ourselves. It is true. That's what's freeing, when we have the permission to be who we've truly come to be. So it oftentimes women are in transition when they come to me and are trying to decide, well, what is the next step? So guiding them toward what that next step is that is going to fulfill you personally, it's going to fulfill you prosperity wise, and it is going to fulfill you spiritually, and it's going to free you to be even more who you are meant to be in service to others. And of course, when we are, then that's permission for others to be free, to be fulfilled, to be who they are meant to be. And that's some of the joy of the transformations that are created on an individual and collective basis. We talked about feminine power, and I talk about it in terms of feminine presence, that when we come into who we truly are, there's no stopping us. Look out. we're
True.
getting ready
Revolution.
to be, it is the revolution. And revolution is simply about change. And this is an evolution revolution. And women are at the helm. Women are truly at the helm. We were before patriarchy, and we're coming back to that now. Look out, y'all.
It's been a long time coming.
Here we come. Here we come. This is such a juicy buffet. Oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and that, and that. It's so exciting. I am so glad that you've all gathered together. You know, of course, everything is in divine timing. And yeah, we only gather with people that we know that we're connected to in some way, and we can help each other. So I am truly looking forward to having all of you join us. I hope you're able to tap into some of the talks of the others. All of the recordings will stay up through Saturday. And then after that, if anybody wants access to it, they're just going to have to buy it. But I really can see that this is going to be such a huge service to humanity, and to the planet, because then humanity won't be quite so hard on the planet, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
I think we'll be more responsible about that. All right. Any last thoughts to share, ladies, before we close?
Thank you for all that you are doing to have pulled this together and making it an offering to those who will be so fortunate to receive it. So thank you for your efforts.
Amen. And here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really funny. I tell the story of, after I realized that, oh, I'm living everybody else's life, I'm not living my own. I was sitting in a room with 12 other women, and plus the facilitator, right? It was a women's circle. And she was going around the room and asking, I was like terrified. She was asking, it was our first meeting, what's your dream? Oh my God, I don't have a dream. Me, a dream? It was so foreign to me, right? But now, with you and some other women that I'm also in community with, I feel like I'm in a totally different circle that I know I belong in, and I have something that I can offer. I can offer to each other and to the world. And it's such a wonderful journey, isn't it? It's a wonderful journey. And I feel very full. Thank you. I feel very full.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So looking forward to it. Okay, we're going to do it 10 o'clock every day next week, March 22nd to 26th. Everyone is invited. It is free to attend. And as I said, the recordings will be up through Saturday. And if people want to buy recordings for whatever reason, they can't make it or they just want their own, I think this will be something for the library to really hold a lot of weight for many many, many years. So good,
And I'd
good.
like to say that's 10 a.m. Pacific. It's
Yes,
1 o'clock Eastern, and
yes,
I think that's 6 o'clock in Paris. So we have people all over the world that we'd love to have listen. So
yes,
find your own time zone.
yes, yes. I have to do that. Okay. Thank you for reminding me, Evelina. I'll make that change on the Eventbrite. So if anybody wants to sign up, um, it's https://bit.ly, bit.ly, and then a slash, and then it's what did I make it? DMS 2021 spring.
Yeah, I
So
think if you
Dreammaker
can
Summit.
put that in that chat, that will,
Yeah,
because I'm a visual learner, so I have to
yeah.
see it.
I will send it because I can't do the chat very easily right now.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
but I will definitely send it to everybody, and hopefully everyone can share. Everything will be on the Global Dream Makers Facebook page. I believe I already have that link up there, but I'll make it as a separate one also, and then I'll have this up probably tonight or tomorrow, so everybody can share that too. I'm so looking forward to this. Thank you for agreeing to come together. Thank you.
Mhm.
I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yay.
So
Absolute pleasure. Looking forward to it very much.
Yay. I'm
yay.
excited. All right, ladies, have a good weekend and I will see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.